Chapter 195, The Grand Pure Spiritual Fire Sky. This chapter is updated by Novels.pl. In order to reach the ultimate realm of the Yellow Realm, the power of 100 bulls had to be utilized. Since Jiang Yuochen had the advantage of possessing practice skills, in addition to the practice experience from his previous life, he was able to open 36 meridians in his body with the help of the scripture of Emperor Ming's Empyrean. On top of the efficacy of all kinds of cultivation resources, he had broken through to the ultimate realm. Without either the scripture of Emperor Ming's Empyrean or the experience from his last lifetime, he would never have been able to reach the ultimate realm, even with unlimited cultivation resources. Although Kong Xuan did not practice the scripture of Emperor Ming's Empyrean, the exercise that she was practicing was Peacock Cannon, one of the strongest exercises of the half-peacock human clan. Therefore, she was able to open up 27 meridians in her body. Among all the young warriors, she was considered very outstanding. Despite the fact that she could not break through to the ultimate realm, it was possible for her to strike out with the power of 90 bulls. Kong Xuan said, "Master, I've already reached the peak of the completion of the Yellow Realm. There's no way for me to go any further." Jiang Yuochen laughed and said, "Ha ha. If you don't have any half-saint's essence, then your cultivation will probably not increase. But with the help of 4 drops of half-saint's essence, your cultivation will probably be able to rise up a bit more." The half-saint's essence was able to expand the chi pool of Yellow Realm warriors so that their chi pool would be enlarged. At the same time, the essence could also refine the warrior's physical quality and help strengthen Kong Xuan's physical quality. When Jiang Yuochen's cultivation was in the Yellow Realm, he did not have the chance to utilize the half-saint's essence to refine his body of martial arts. So it could be said that the cultivation resources that Kong Xuan received were far better than his. However, Jiang Yuochen was not someone who cared about such minor things as cultivation resources. Instead, he was happy to nurture Kong Xuan to become a top master. Then, he would have a more powerful assistant to help him perform the tasks that he could not publicly interfere in. With your current cultivation, you won't be able to refine the half-saint's essence, so I will help you, Jiang Yuochen said. When Jiang Yuochen had refined his first drop of the half-saint's essence, he was at the advanced stage of the Black Realm. Given his cultivation at that time, he had struggled to withstand the powerful effects of the half-saint's essence and had been on the verge of giving up. Given that Kong Xuan's martial cultivation was only in the completion of the Yellow Realm, she had no chance of being able to refine the half-saint's essence. "Thank you for your help, Master. I'm sure that my cultivation will be elevated after this." Kong Xuan was excited and saluted Jiang Yuochen. Kong Xuan and Jiang Yuochen began their seclusion. One needed to refine the half-saint's essence, while the other needed to stabilize the realm. Liu Quanshan prepared a secret room for Jiang Yuochen that had once been his place for seclusion. Once the secret room was closed, only people from the inside could open the door. This helped warriors stay away from many distractions from the outside world and also kept people from breaking into the secret room. Kong Xuan sat cross-legged in the middle of the secret room. Under the guidance of Jiang Yuochen, she consumed the first drop of the half-saint's essence. The power of the half-saint's essence felt like a breath of icy air surging into her body. Shortly after, it froze her body and a thin layer of ice crystals appeared on her skin. At the moment when Kong Xuan's consciousness became vague, a warm current entered her body from her back. It seeped into her meridians, blood meridian, and chi pool to help her refine the saint power of the half-saint's essence. She adopted the method that was recorded in the Peacock Cannon. She activated her genuine chi, and focused all her attention toward refining the half-saint's essence. Jiang Yuochen also sat cross-legged behind Kong Xuan and pointed his finger at the sacred meridian on her back. Genuine chi constantly surged out from his fingertip, as if it had transformed into a blazing fire, and entered Kong Xuan's body through her sacred meridian. Eventually, Kong Xuan was able to independently master the saint power of the half-saint's essence and began to actively refine the saint power. A gentle blue light radiated from her skin. Her talent is indeed very good. Jiang Yuochen withdrew his finger and nodded in approval as he watched Kong Xuan. Afterward, he sat off to the side and practiced the scripture of Emperor Ming's Empyrean instead of wasting time looking at Kong Xuan. He had already practiced the Ming's Purifying Jade Sky, the second level of the scripture of Emperor Ming's Empyrean. He could now progress to the third level, the Grand Pure Spiritual Fire Sky. Not only did the third level of the scripture of Emperor Ming's Empyrean have exercises, but also a spiritual method called the Spiritual Fire Genuine Qi. In other words, once he reached the third level of the scripture of Emperor Ming's Empyrean, the genuine Qi in his body would turn into fire and become spiritual fire. Spiritual fire, on the other hand, was more terrifying than normal fire as it could change and mutate. Zhang Yuochen sat cross-legged and refined in the secret room. He put his hands together and genuine Qi surged out from his palm to form a fire-like shape. The fire gradually spread between his fingers and wrapped around his arms, shoulders, chest, and finally, it completely wrapped his body inside the flame. It was strange that the fire apparently carried no heat, and Zhang Yuochen's clothes suffered no fire damage. Along with practicing the third level of the scripture of Emperor Ming's Empyrean, Zhang Yuochen's cultivation had increased steadily. The pure jade genuine Qi in his body had transformed into spiritual fire genuine Qi. 1 month passed quickly. Zhang Yuochen had finally consolidated his realm so that his genuine Qi was like an everlasting flame. It looked like the Qi sea in the space between his eyebrows had turned into a massive stove. If he fully activated the genuine Qi in his body, a flame-shaped mark would appear between his eyebrows and explode with red-hot energy. The quality of my genuine Qi has finally converted after practicing to the third level of the scripture of Emperor Ming's Empyrean. Zhang Yuochen was exceptionally happy as he could feel that his body was full of power. He had finally become one of the martial arts masters. Kong Xuan had fully refined the 4 drops of the half-saint's essence with the help of Zhang Yuochen. Her cultivation had been greatly increased. Currently, she was able to break out with the strength of 88 bulls at most. Although she did not reach the strength of 90 bulls as Zhang Yuochen had expected, what she had achieved was indeed brilliant. Even when Zhang Tangai, the top prodigy of the 36 commanderies in Oman Ridge, reached the Yellow Realm, he was not as strong as Kong Xuan. When Zhang Yuochen finished his seclusion, Kong Xuan had also opened up her Qi lake and broken her cultivation through to the initial stage of the Black Realm. He brought Kong Xuan, who had just broken through to a higher realm, to the internal academy and reached the secret practice mansion that Huang Yanshan had exchanged for him. He took out a key and opened the door of the secret practice mansion. This mansion was extremely spacious. It had a martial arts field, a library, and dormitories. There was even a garden to grow spiritual doses to feed the savage beast in the savage beast yard. I guess it costs more than 100 merit points to exchange for this magnificent secret practice mansion. Zhang Yuochen was quite shocked and felt incredible upon entering the mansion. This mansion was even larger than the secret practice mansions of Duanmuk Singling and Chen Xia. It did not look like a mansion where a student lived. What Zhang Yuochen was not aware of was that Huang Yanshan had indeed spent 100 merit points in exchange for the secret practice mansion for him. Yet, because of a few words from the silver-gowned elder hall master, he expanded the mansion 10 times larger and it was comparable to the mansion of a silver-gowned elder. That was the privilege of being a student on the Earth Board. Kong Xuan was also astonished by Zhang Yuochen's secret practice mansion. She asked, "Master, I guess that this mansion cost at least hundreds of thousands of silver coins?" "Well, I'm not sure what's going on. I'll go ask senior sister apprentice Huang in person later." He gazed at Kong Xuan and said, "From now on, you will help me arrange everything in this mansion. If you need any maids or servants, just let me know." "Thank you for trusting me, Master," said Kong Xuan. He was definitely fortunate to be able to live in the internal academy. The academy was safe and full of a dense spiritual Qi and it was incomparable to any other place. After everything had been arranged, Zhang Yuochen headed toward Huang Yanshan's secret practice mansion. Since the 2 mansions were close to each other, Zhang Yuochen arrived outside her mansion in just a moment. However, No one opened the door when he knocked. It seemed that there was not even a maid inside the mansion. Maybe senior sister apprentice Huang received a mission from the school of the martial market and went to the Yunwu Commandery to kill the heretics of the black market and the moon worship demonic sect. After Zhang Yuochen left Huang Yanjin's secret practice mansion, he headed to Juanmu Xingerling's. He did not expect that the one who answered the door would be Blackie. Blackie walked on 2 feet and squeezed a bamboo stick between his paws. He glanced at Zhang Yuochen and asked, "Zhang Yuochen, are you looking for the little girl, Juanmu?" Zhang Yuochen saw that Blackie had grown even plumper and laughed. "Yeah, is she here in the mansion?" Blackie shook his head and responded, "She left for the Yunwu Commandery a month ago to complete a mission and hasn't returned yet." "I thought that you've also gone back to the Yunwu Commandery." "What's up? Why haven't you gone on a mission?" Zhang Yuochen also shook his head and revealed a meditative look. He asked, "Did many students go to the Yunwu Commandery?" Blackie said, "I heard that 90% of the internal academy students have made their way to the Yunwu Commandery. Even the external students of the 4 campuses have rushed there to earn merits." The little girl, Duanmu, didn't want to go at first. However, she herself ran off to the Yunwu Commandery after receiving a letter. Zhang Yuochen said, "Well, it's indeed a good chance of earning merits when the Martial Market Bank declares war on the black market and the moon worship demonic sect." Blackie continued, "I also heard that you've been picked by the elders and become their key nurturing student. Think about it, you've just broken through to the Earth realm and you can enjoy the privileges of being a student on the Earth board. How do I not know anything about this?" Zhang Yuochen was slightly shocked. He then recalled his luxurious secret practice mansion and could not believe that this was the prestigious treatment of an Earth board student. Blackie responded, "I'm sure the entire school of the martial market knows about it. Many people have said that you received such treatment because of Commandery Princess Yanjin. Some have also said that since you hang around Chen Xia, the superior officials wanted to take special care of you. Fortunately, those students have all rushed to the Yunwu Commandery. Otherwise, they would have challenged you out of jealousy." Zhang Yuochen laughed casually and said, "Since I can enjoy the privilege of being an Earth board student, I guess I'll receive quite a lot of cultivation resources." An ordinary internal student would receive 1 drop of the half-saint's essence every month and was allowed to enter the first level of the library to study the martial techniques as well as the exercises. A student on the Earth board would surely receive better resources. Blackie asked, "So, Zhang Yuochen, what's your plan?" "I'll go get the cultivation resources, and I think I'll return to the Yunwu Commandery and find out what kind of masters are in the black market and the moon worship demonic sect." Zhang Yuochen narrowed his eyes and displayed a terrifying spirit. Since he had reached the Earth realm, he wanted to fight with more warriors in order to help himself become even more powerful.